Welcome to the Coachzing Show, helping you work less, earn more, and reach more people through creative content marketing. Join the Coach Zingers community, where the world's best coaches, therapists, authors, and speakers come together to discover the latest trends, forge powerful joint ventures, and grow their business together. Go to coachzing.com/community to join. And now, here's your host, Doug Foresta.
Hello and welcome back to the Coachzing Show. This is your host, Doug Foresta, and this is still the show we help you, coaches, therapists, speakers, and authors to work less, earn more, and help more people through content marketing. And returning today is Deanna Maio. She was one of our earliest guests on the Coachzing Show, and this is part of our series where we're bringing people back for a deeper dive into content marketing and helping you to grow your business. Deanna Maio is a team results and accountability strategist, and we're going to talk about one of the things we'll talk about today is, it's great to do content, but how do you get that content done when you're so busy and you have so many things to do? So that's one of the things that we'll talk about. Stay tuned. I know you get a lot out of this episode, and you can learn more about Deanna at delegatedtodone.com. That's delegatedtodone.com. Deanna Maio, welcome back to the Coachzing Show.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm so glad to be here.
Thank you. So, it's almost a year has flown by, and so my question to you is, I'm really curious about what content strategies that you're currently using in your own business that are working well for you.
Well, it comes down to one thing for me that has been really successful over this last year, and that's video. And I know we've heard it from many on the show and outside of the show, but yeah, video has been the thing for me that has been the most fun, the most less likely to get procrastinated on, and the most, I think, beneficial and engaging for my audience.
So say more about video. How do you share video in your business? Like, in what ways are you using video?
Well, I'm utilizing it, specifically on the content marketing side to engage my existing audience and also to build my list with new audience members. So I'm sharing it via, video platforms like YouTube and Vimeo. Certainly, Facebook is typically where most of my people tend to hang out as far as social media goes, so sharing it there. And I've actually been sharing it, through my email list as well. So if someone's perhaps on the list but not connected on Facebook, or, it's not like people are just sitting in front of their email and Facebook all day long, right, waiting to see my stuff. So I want to make sure they're going to get it however they might get it. And I actually started using it this year as well for, I have, I guess you could say, a secondary business. I'm a working musician, and I've been working as a musician. I'm a vocalist and a band leader over the last 8 years in the Portland area where I live. And I decided this fall that I was going to finally learn how to play a musical instrument well enough to do it in public. And in January, I set a sales goal for myself and hit it and bought my first ukulele. And so the very first day it arrived, I did a video. I played a very simple song. And since then, I've been doing ukulele videos and posting those as well. And even though it's not necessarily related to what I teach at Delegated to Done and helping business owners to grow their business by means of having a strong team, what I found was I could weave the two together because I can take time during my workday to practice ukulele or go have a rehearsal with my band or goof off watching ukulele videos on YouTube because I have an amazing team. So it's been a really fun way to share more about me, since I'm a bit of a personal brand, and hold myself accountable to practicing as well.
I love it. That's awesome. And you said something really important in there that I wanted to go further into, which is about accountability and about getting things done. And one of the things I always say at the end of the show is that nothing you hear is going to make any difference unless you take action on it. And so can you say a bit more about, how you do that? How do you actually get that out there and get that content, out there in the world?
Well, I have developed a system, a process that we follow. And, it all starts with hiring great people to work that process for you, and then keeping them excited and motivated and happy and accountable. But, I I am sort of one of those people that says figure out the right way to do it at the very beginning. Sharpen your saw, if you will, and then get to work. And so we built a process where we, really every step along the way is detailed out. Who's going to do it, by when, what do they need to be able to do it. We capture all that and manage it in our project management tool. We like teamwork.com, and have been using that for the last couple of years. And the great thing about that tool, as well as other tools as well, is once the process and the task list for each video is created, you can just copy and paste and reuse it over and over and over again. So that helps us not only with the filming and the editing, but also the transcribing of it for show notes, turning the video into an MP3 for audio and publishing it to our podcast feed, repurposing the content for social media snippets and that sort of a thing, creating thumbnail images. I mean, really every single piece of it has been detailed out. And now it's quite simple. Now that I've decided where in my home office, which is really my home, anywhere in my home makes a good spot for filming video, I don't worry so much about getting it done. When something, strikes me, I sit down, I turn on the webcam, I turn on the lights that I know I need to turn on, and hopefully I've checked hair and makeup, and I just get going. And that way, I know a lot of people would rather plan it out, have a video shoot day, but if you can't afford to work with an outside videographer, you don't have a studio in your home, that can be very intimidating. I finally just let go of all of that. Even though I have a beautiful 3-point light kit, I never found the time to get it set up, and there's no place for me to really store it when I'm not using it. I just said, forget it. I'm going to film when the mood strikes me. And I also do plan video time every month. A member of my team, Ashley, helps to write FAQs that I should answer or other things I should speak on. I review them briefly, and then I just start talking into the camera. And that has worked really well for me. I'm also one of those sickos that doesn't mind going off the cuff and doing impromptu stuff and making mistakes. But I couldn't do it if it weren't for everyone on the team. I suppose I could learn and could get skilled at editing the video, creating thumbnail images, transcription, posting it on. I can do all those things.
Right.
But is that really the highest and best use of my time as the, let's call it CEO of this business? Probably not. And so that's why I utilize others and give them an opportunity to grow their skills so I can get onto the things that only I can do, which are typically being the thought leader and the content provider and revenue generation, making sales calls, connecting with JV and affiliate partners, that sort of thing.
Right. You can't outsource your own personality and your own relationships,
No.
but everything else is not the best use of your time. And I think what you're saying is so important. That's how we do it at the Coachzing Show. There's no way that I would be able, we do this five days a week without a team and without a system in place. There's no way that we'd be able to do it. And if I was spending all my time uploading these episodes, I wouldn't have time to be doing the episodes. So
that's right.
Yeah, and so I think that's really important. But one of the questions I hear from people so much is, how do I even go about creating a team in the first place? Can you say a little bit about, how do you build that team if you're a coach?
Well, you start small, for sure. I've seen a lot of people go out and hire multiple VAs and video and graphic and web help, and they don't even know what they want this person to do yet, or they have a vague idea but really don't understand how to delegate, and then they end up spending a lot of money and getting no return on their investment. So that's not something I advocate. The other side of it is most people wait too long. So it's people are at the extremes. They either hire too much too fast and aren't really prepared for it, or they wait too long to get started. But, I've identified a 7-step process. I teach it in my 90 Days to a Profitable and Productive Team program, but it really starts with getting team ready. Whether you have existing help or you're just getting started, there are things you want to put in place or have figured out before you move into, like, putting together a job description or position posting on a website or sharing it with your list or with your community. And those things are really figuring out what are your needs right now. Not the things you'd like to have 6 months from now. Yeah, that's important to know, but you're probably not going to be hiring for that right now. You're going to be hiring for the things that are immediate, that are urgent, that are driving you crazy, that are sitting on the back burner, so to speak. And I have an exercise that I walk my clients through to help them figure out what's outsourced first. Usually, here's a bonus tip, it's the stuff you don't know how to do that's on your, like if you look at your to-do list, you're like, I need to do create an e-cover graphic. If you don't know how to do that, why is it on your list?
Right.
There's no need for you to learn a new skill, right? So that's the first thing. Certainly figuring out your budget and what you can afford. And that may mean that you end up outsourcing things to a micro outsourcing site like Fiverr.com or doing something in stages. But ultimately, no matter how small your budget is, it's going to be less expensive for you to find someone who already knows how to do it and for you to learn how to do it yourself. And that's mostly because what mistakes cost.
And that's a really good point as well. That, in other words, sorry to interrupt, just that you said, you get started, you can even start with Fiverr. In other words, you don't have to bring on a $60 an hour VA.
No, I have, to this day, I have very capable, very skilled, higher price point people on my team, and we still utilize Fiverr for all kinds of stuff. I actually have a gig that I offer on Fiverr for fun, which helps pay for some of the things that we utilize outsourcing for, because I want to know what it's like to be on the other side as well. But I've learned how to vet and even turn Fiverr contractors into long-term members of my team. As a matter of fact, our podcast editor, audio editor, I found on Fiverr. My copywriter, I found on Fiverr.
Wow.
And our transcriptions are mostly done by Fiverr sellers as well. So, just because people are offering gigs on Fiverr that start at $5 doesn't mean that they're not skilled. Doesn't mean that they can't do a great job for you. But just like anything else, you need to do your due diligence. And if you have questions on how to go about doing that, I put together a video training because my clients are asking me too often. And, the thing is, too, is people go, but it's only $5 if it doesn't work out. That's true. It is only $5, but $5 adds up. And more importantly, you spent your time finding this person, contacting them, giving them details, waiting for them to deliver. And if they don't deliver, now you've lost time in your project schedule. And I don't know about everyone else listening. I don't like to lose money. I really like to make it, spend it, and give it away. I don't like to lose it, but I really don't like to lose my time because I can never get it back. I can always go out and make more money, but I can never get my moments back once they're gone, and I want to make sure they count. And so that's why I developed the Fiverr Outsourcing Success Secrets training, because I had too many clients coming to me and saying, I tried Fiverr and it didn't work for me. It's like, well, you're the one who pushed the button and bought.
Right.
You're the common denominator. I love you, but it's on you. And so learn the skill so you don't have to go through that again. And I've bought 350 plus gigs on Fiverr over the last, I don't know how long I've been on there now. I'm going to guess 3+ years. So we utilize it quite a bit.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Sorry to interrupt, but that was very valuable.
Yeah, no, it's my pleasure. I have so many things related to content that are important and I'm excited about, and I have, like my soapbox for, so it's good to interrupt me because I could go on for hours.
Well, so the other piece I was thinking about too was the accountability piece. So it's one thing to build your team, but it's another thing also to have your team running well, right? That everything is running in place. I'm wondering if you can share some tips or reflections about how you do that, how you build it. Yeah.
Well, I think there's a couple of things. I mean, I could go on and on about this, but the top couple of things that I would share with everyone is just eliminate the word assume or expect from your vocabulary. Those two concepts, assuming someone knows or heard or understands or expecting that they got it, it's just a recipe for disaster. Don't assume, don't expect, confirm. Get them to come back to you with, I understand and I acknowledge it and I can do it. Whatever the expectation is. I mean, really, that's the thing that I find more often than anything else. Human beings, not just business owners and not just freelancers, we assume that everyone else thinks the way we think, will respond the way we will respond and will act the way that we will act.
Yes.
And yet we're all flawed and make mistakes and are different. Every single one of us is different. Are there similarities between genders, between personality styles, between age groups? Sure. But every woman is just like every other woman and like no other woman, right? And every ENFJ, to use Myers-Briggs, is like every other ENFJ and like no other ENFJ. So don't assume that people understand. Get confirmation back. Have them explain back to you what you're asking for, what you want. You don't have to do this every time, but definitely in the beginning. And document the decisions made in your meetings. Document the tasks and the action items and the due date. Get them into a system where people, everyone on the team can see what's going on so you can stay on track. If you don't have a formal project management system and you're delegating tasks by email, that's probably going to drive you crazy after not too long. But get a tool like Boomerang. So when you send an email to someone, that it comes back to you if they haven't replied within whatever the agreed upon time frame is. Straight off the bat with my new team members, we set the expectation. When you get an email from me, or the member of the team, you acknowledge it. If there's a task assignment in it, you acknowledge the task and confirm that you can meet the deadline or offer an alternative, and you do that within 24 business hours. That is the expectation in our business. That involves me. When my team emails me and say they need something from me or that they have an update from me, just today, actually, Ashley wrote me and said, hey, don't forget I moved yesterday, but I'll have XYZ done by end of day today like I promised. I didn't just archive that away. I wrote back and said, thank you so much. Can't wait to hear about how the move went. I acknowledged your email. It's only polite, really. And I just see too often business owners, they delegate the task and then they abdicate all the responsibility. But the fact is, just because you have someone on the team to do the work for you, it is still your responsibility that it gets done if it's your business.
Right.
And
that's
you
a very
cannot let go of that. Yeah. It would be a lot more fun. Yeah, I just wash my hands of it. I know they have. But the truth is we're all human. We make mistakes. And ultimately, it's your business. It's your livelihood. You just can't let go of that.
Right.
So
It's
I see that happen a lot.
That's a very good. I appreciate you saying that because it's a very good distinction. Where sometimes you read these hypey internet things where it's like, you just delegate everything and you just lay on the beach all day and stare at the ocean, and that you still have to. Yeah.
I mean, for a day.
Right.
Even if you have vacation time planned, you can walk away from your business for a week or 2 weeks, but you have to do the setup ahead of time.
Right. And you can't walk away from your business entirely.
Hire someone brand new.
Right.
No, I mean, you need to set the expectation. I'm going on vacation this week. If this is why you have policies and procedures. So procedure is what needs to get done, and a policy is what happens when things go outside of what we expected. Like on my team, if someone requests a refund, they're within the guarantee period. Give them the refund. Boom. I don't need to be involved. I don't need to approve it. What happens if they're outside of the refund period? What happens if, X, Y, all of these what happens if, those are policies. And if you think about what the possibilities are ahead of time, you document it, you give your people direction, they can do it. And if you share with them the values of your organization, the mission, where you're heading, they can make smart decisions without checking with you each and every moment and you having to micromanage it all, because they understand how their role and their choices fit within the bigger structure of what you want to accomplish in the world. Now, you don't do all of this on the first day with a new VA, right? You're not handing over the keys to the castle. There are stages of growth for their level of maturity within the business and the level of responsibility you give. Start small. But I trust my online business manager, Natalie, she knows the ins and outs of both my business life, and she helps with some of the personal life stuff too. So there are days when she says, look, you need to take a day off on Friday. There's nothing scheduled. I'm blocking it out. You need a break. That's nice to have someone looking out for you. And when you run a business by yourself, it can get, I don't care if you're extroverted, introverted, you're a hermit, or you're a people person, it can get very lonely doing it all yourself and making all the decisions yourself. So even if it's just a little bit of help, if you do it right, you should have a tremendous relief of the weight of running the whole business off of your shoulders. And it can be so fun to share the successes and sharing the successes of your team. It's a blast when you have a good team around you.
Deanna Maio, I know that one of the things that you do is help people with team results and accountability. So can you tell people how they can learn more about you and get more resources and help with that?
Yes, absolutely. Well, I actually have a little special something that I wanted to share with everyone on the program today. I have finally taken my 7-step system on how to create a profitable and productive team, and I'm sharing it as a free gift for everyone on the show.
Thank you.
I have put it together into a quick video training. Yeah, it's my pleasure. I'm excited to share it. I want to see people take this information and run or walk, but I prefer when people run. It's just more fun with it. And finally get, not only whether they don't have any help at all, but let's say they have some help and it's just not going as well as they would like. So if you'd like to check out that free video training, as well as my What to Outsource First, Second, Third, and Never exercise as a bonus, you can head on over to resultsdriventeam.com and pick that up. And if you're just interested in, what it is that we're about, who I am, how I integrate ukulele, and anything else about how to create a profitable and productive team, you can definitely visit us at our online home at delegated2done.com.
So again, one more time for that free training. That's can you give that one more time just for our listeners? It's
results with an S, driventeam.com. And I got to say, this is like brand new. So I'm not sure exactly when this is going to go live to the audience, but it will be ready.
All right.
I just got excited as we were talking in our pre-interview. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do this for them. And so we'll have that all set up. I mean, the training's ready. I just got to get the team to put it up at that domain name. And, sign up, get that free video training, take the steps, and, there's some really practical, actionable stuff in it. It's not just me sharing the system and, you're going to be able to walk away with my secrets for the 3 things you have to put in your job description. The number one expectation to set straight off the bat when that person gets started with you. The things you need to have in place and ready before you even start looking for the next person to join your team. And what do you do when things go wrong? And a bunch of other bonus tips as well. So I know everyone will get a lot of value out of that.
Deanna Maio, thank you for returning to the Coachzing Show and sharing more of your words of wisdom with us. I greatly appreciate it.
It's my great pleasure. Everyone have a wonderful day. Whatever it is you're doing, whoever it is you're with, just make sure you make each and every moment count.
Thank you. And thanks, everyone, for listening. We'll be back Monday through Friday with more great guests helping you to work less, earn more, and help more people through content marketing. Until next time, this is Doug Foresta at The Coachzing Show.
Thank you for listening to The Coachzing Show. Subscribe to us via iTunes, and please leave us a review. It helps us grow our awesome tribe. This show is brought to you by Coachzing.com's Speak to Publish book system. If your book is stuck in your head, we can help you get it out in just a dozen hours of your time. Go to Coachzing.com for more information. Have you joined the Coach Zingers community yet? You'll get exclusive access to private mastermind calls where you can get instant marketing help from industry experts. Plus, we'll help you forge deals and partnerships with other like-minded professionals. Go to Coachzing.com/community to join now.